All right. Jacob Oakes is someone who I see as a face of Jesus. Jake was one of my tutors in the 5th grade. The reason why I chose Jake is because of the positive support and impact he had on me. I met Jake when I was in the 5th grade. At the time, I was struggling with school and I needed tutoring in order to pass the school year. My mom enrolled me in the tutoring center, and Jake was the first person I ever worked with there. Jake and the other tutors helped me out with school, and I eventually passed the school year. During my enrollment at the tutoring center, I developed a good relationship with Jake. We would always talk about our similar interests at the time, and he would even give me advice for small things I needed help with. As I got older, I felt lost and didn't know what to do in certain situations. I specifically remember asking about it, and he gave me advice that would change my life. The advice Jake gave me was to not care about who I lost, what other things of me, and how others treat me. He told me to ignore everything and work on myself. I was told that in time, good people would come to me if I just kept working on myself. Ever since then, I followed his advice and good people came into my life. I'm now a better person because of the advice he gave me when I needed it the most. When I told Jake how I saw him as someone who represented Jesus in my life, he was very honored. Jake is a graduate of the University of Delaware and Salesianum School. When he went to UD, he started as an engineering major but ended up graduating in business. Jake is all of Irish descent. His dad's side of the family is extremely religious while his mom's side isn't as religious. His mom's side was mostly strict and family oriented. One of Jake's philosophies in life is to always keep going. He states, "Remember, it can't always be up. You'll always stumble, but the climb is worth the stumble." I chose Jake because of how he treats others. If you need help with anything, he'll try to help you. I remember asking Jake for help with homework. Now that Jake is the boss of his own business, he doesn't tutor students no more. Even though he doesn't tutor anymore, he was still kind enough to help me with my homework. Another time Jake helped me was when I needed help dealing with certain kids at school. He talked to me privately like a friend instead of doing his work just so I can feel better. If it wasn't for him doing that, I don't think I would have changed for the better. Lastly, Jake was a very supportive person. Every time I talked to him about the craziest goals I wanted to achieve, he'd always be supportive. Jake never knocked on the goals I have for my life, and I really appreciate it. I hope to honor Jake by spreading his message to the people who need it. I know many people who would benefit from listening to his advice given to me. I also honor Jake by being inspired by him. He always likes inspiring and changing people for the better. I know I honor him by showing that I've changed for the better because of him. I'd like to thank Jake for all the good he's done for not only me, but everyone who has been positively impacted by him. His contribution to his business not only helped many students academically, but also helped them in life as well. I know that if it wasn't for Jake and his business, I'd be in a different place than where I am now. He isn't only a good tutor, but also a good friend. Every time I do anything, I'll always remember the advice Jake gave me and apply it to what I'm doing.